Greetings, children of the screen and X-Men fans young and old. Your friendly neighborhood nerd scum is here once again to talk to you about the newest issue of Astonishing X-Men, number 7. But before we dive in this, a brief recap. In the previous issues, Charles Xavier, with the aid of the X-Men, was able to defeat the Shadow King in the astral plane. But on the physical plane of existence, the city of London has been overtaken by, civilians who are infected with the Shadow King's essence, causing them to be horribly violent and just destroy everything. At the same time, the British MOD has a nuke inbound to the city to help to keep the infection from spreading. And Charles Xavier is the only one who can save the day. So, in the astral plane, Phantom X makes a deal with Professor X to give Professor X his physical body so Professor X can come back to the physical world and save the day. And then at the end of that issue, the previous one, we saw the rebirth of Charles Xavier as a character who will for now be referred to as X. Alright guys, so without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump right in. So, Act 2, Part 1, Man Called X begins with X thanking Betsy, Mystique, and Rogue for their help in defeating the Shadow King in the astral plane. X sends out a psychic wave getting a lay of the land, seeing Angel taken over by the Archangel persona, seeing the bombers moving closer at the city, and seeing the people still infected by the Shadow King's influence. Up in the skies, Archangel rips through one of the bombers, and then goes after the next. Then, X appears to him, and gives him a gift. He gives Warren control over the Archangel persona, but allows him to keep all of the power associated with it, and then sends him after the nuke. Warren shoots through the sky, grabbing the bomb. Using the Angel's strength, he hurls it high above the atmosphere and shoots his feathered blades up at it, destroying it before it can explode, killing everyone in the city. To the officers and operatives of the MOD, all seems lost until X appears, offering them a gift. He frees the people on the street of the Shadow King's control, pulling his psychic essence out of them, and the psychic essence float into the air in green energy orbs. And then, X knocks out all of the members of the MOD, telling them that when they wake up, they won't remember any of this. A gift. Ignorance is bliss. Back on the rooftop, Psylocke, Rogue, and Mystique question X. What is going on? What happened in the psychic plane? Where is Phantom X? Why are you in his body? X assures them that Phantom X made this choice on his own, and Betsy tells him, no offense, but I really need to find that out from the source. I need to see Phantom X. At that point, she asks Rogue to watch over everything as she enters the astral plane. And find him she does. Bonjour, Betsy! X is telling the truth. Phantom X chose this, and Xavier therefore built him a paradise inside the astral plane. Back on the streets, Logan and Gambit look up at the giant orbs of energy in the air. Gambit: you ever see anything like that before, Logan? No, LeBeau, and that's saying something. You think it's something good? Is it ever something good? And then, with the sound of wings, Warren arrives. Oh, no, 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 no! Gambit begins trying to plead with him. No, 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 look at my beautiful red eyes! At which point Warren just calmly says, chill out. At which point they realize that Warren is in control of the Archangel, asking how he fills them on everything that's going on. The return of Xavier in Phantom X's body, the defeat of the Shadow King, which then poses Gambit to ask, and what if it is true? Could he truly be back? The Professor's cheated death a number of times, as I recall. Wolverine responds, don't know, LeBeau, but I'll tell you one thing. Young, old, whatever. We need to see if there's anything else deeper. I've died more times than I can remember. Hundreds, maybe. Thousands. Don't think I ever came back the same. Elsewhere on the streets, Bishop looks up at the green energy anomalies in the sky and searches his time database for information on it. He comes to find that the anomaly in the sky is associated with the inciting incident of an event known as the Mind Killer Apocalypse. But then, Xavier senses something in the energy. Wait. What's happening? I don't know. This energy, I felt it before. I think I know it. Of course you know it, Psylocke. We all do. Xavier didn't just bring himself back from the dead. And we get our reveal. I am. Death came with him. That's Proteus. I am free. To be continued. Right on, guys, that was Astonishing X-Men number 7, and it was pretty awesome. By the way, to Gambit fans out there, I apologize for my horrible imitation of a Cajun accent. That was bad. But anyway, this issue was pretty dope. Again, the story's a little bit of a downshift as they get ready to go in, as like they're moving into Act 2, which is fine with me. It's set up like the next tier of kind of the storytelling. I'm really interested in this like embodiment of Professor Xavier, who seems like both very condescending and very benevolent, which some people who've only seen the movies might not realize, but that is very in keeping with who Charles Xavier is. He's not always the nicest person. Go check out X-Men Grand Design as well, and you'll definitely see that enforced. The story was good. All the characterization is still so on point. Charles Scholl is one of those writers who, like, whenever he does lots of, like, write for hire, just, like, write a story, and those are sometimes, like, yeah, you know, whatever. But when this dude has a story to tell, it is usually pretty solid. His last run on Daredevil, they were pretty solid. This one's been so, like, as you guys know, this is one of my favorite books coming out of Marvel. It still is, even though Marvel's starting to put out new, good stuff again, which is fantastic, but this book is still on the top of my pull list. It's one of the things that when it comes out, I try to get to it every week, although now that I'm doing my first 5 videos, sometimes I push it back a little bit just so I can do this video and not repeat myself. But anyway, the writing's great, the characterization is great, the art is perfectly serviceable. It is good art, don't get me wrong here. The human form, like the attention to detail and line work, it's all really solid. My only real complaint about it is that once you add the way that the digital coloring is being done on the book, you end up with a book that, even though the character designs are very good, it looks pretty much the same as everything else that's coming out right now. And in my opinion, that is the only drawback of this specific issue. But again, I really enjoyed it. In fact, I'm going to give it, let's say, 3 out of 5. Schnick. Right on, guys. So, I really hope you guys enjoyed that issue. If you did, definitely go and pick it up. If you've already picked it up, let me know down in the comments what you thought about it. And if you like this video, make sure to like it, share it with some friends, and make sure to subscribe down there so you can check out all the cool content I'm going to have coming out. Later this week, I should be having my first comedic segment coming out called Comics Burnout, and I really hope you guys enjoy that. So once again, thank you very, very much for watching. You guys have a great day. Nerd Scum, out.